Hey guys,
Hey guys.
it's your girls, Soulful Sister Speak. And we just wanted to talk to you today about healing, and what we do as far as healing, and the importance of healing, and why we all need healing. So when we usually speak of healing, we speak of along the terms of mental healing, spiritual healing, emotional healing, and that's something that we all need. We've all had all type of experiences, upbringing, society, media, all type of things that we subconsciously may have affects us in our everyday life, so to speak. And typically, when we don't go through any type of healing process, we tend to experience the same type of things in our lives. We don't attract what it is we really want, and then we're left being confused about, why am I keep experiencing these same things? Why am I keep going through these same things? Or, why am I so depressed? Why am I so tired? Or all type of things of why you're not living the life that you really want to live. And that usually boils down to you need to go inside to do your own healing. So, you have anything else you want to?
Actually, well, the most important thing about healing that you must remember is that it's a very personal journey. Nobody can do the healing for you. You have to do it for yourself, and you have to be willing to be open to the process. Healing is never ending because you're always going to be experiencing something. There's always going to be something to come up to clear up. The good thing is the more you work at it, the more you work your muscles, is the easier that it becomes throughout life. But you have to be open to the process because life happens and pain is unavoidable. So you're going to come in contact with healing throughout your whole life. It's something that you can't avoid, but it's something that you must take place, and you have to be an active participant in your healing in order to move on to the next phase, in order to receive greater, in order to be better, in order to reach that higher level of yourself. So this is something that you must take serious and that you have to be open and actively take part in.
I agree. That is all true. And the reason why a lot of us don't get the necessary healing or don't want to go through the process is because it is ugly.
It is.
Like before you get to the other side,
It's so ugly.
it is ugly.
It's so ugly.
It's hurtful.
Yes.
And it's painful because you have to dig into the dark side of yourself. And we don't typically like to do that. We like to keep things on the surface. We like to keep things superficial. We like to keep things light and bubbly.
Yeah.
As soon as you get triggered and there's some things coming up inside of you, the first thing you want to do is denounce it. You want to act like you don't feel it. You want to act like it's not there. You turn to projection and turn it on to somebody else, and not owning that this is your own BS.
Yeah.
Really. So you have to be willing to really dig deep in yourself, your fears, your insecurities.
You have to go to all the places that you don't want to go. All the places, some that you don't even know exist. You have to go into some really, really, really ugly and dark places in order to get to the light. You got to go through the dark to get to the light. You hear it all the time, but it's absolutely true. But at the end of the tunnel, there's light, and it's a pain that you can forget. It's no different than going through a pregnancy, and you go through the highs and the lows, and you go through the trials and tribulations of bearing this child and the pain and the childbirth. Oh my gosh. It's horrendous. But if you ask a woman right now, she can't fully connect to that pain. Once the baby is there, it's like it's all over. Once the baby is born and it's out, it's almost like that pain goes away almost instantly. So, and then at the end of it, you have a beautiful baby.
Yes.
And then you move on into the next phase, into the next, the next stages. So it's a pain that you can forget. It's a pain that you won't readily, openly feel all the time. That's the good thing about healing, because if you don't you're going to always feel anger. You're going to always feel frustration. Whenever you're triggered, you can feel that pain. If you don't heal from your past, every time you relive a story about your childhood, every time you relive that past breakup, you're going to feel that pain.
Yes.
But if a healing takes place and if you take the time to heal yourself, you can be able to share that story. You'll be able to remember or, help someone or, even just speaking on it. And you won't feel that pain.
Mm-hmm.
So you can turn it into your power.
Yes.
And then you can move on.
Yes.
And you be better.
Yes. And the number one thing of that is the triggers. That's where the healing comes in at.
Oh, yes.
When you get triggered, that is an opportunity for you to go within yourself and say, okay, why did that just trigger me? Why did that just make me upset? Why does that scare me? Where's this coming from? You really have to search within yourself. And usually when we get triggered, our first mindset is to attack the other person for what they're doing.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like I said, you'll continue to reap these same experiences. And then you're sitting there like, well, why do I keep experiencing this? Because you're not going within yourself and dealing with your own triggers.
Yes.
And healing them. Those are opportunities for you to go within and heal yourself. And like I said, it's not going to be pretty. That's why most people don't get the healing that they need, because it's like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to feel that. I'd rather ignore it. I'd rather push it away. I'd rather justify it. And it's so much that comes along with this healing process. One of the things we like to do is create rituals that will assist you in going within yourself and removing those blocks, those templates that have been created within you from the time you were born up until this present day. It's a lot that goes along with the healing process. And if you don't have the proper tools, if you're not creating the proper rituals, if you're not surrounding yourself around the right people, then, you're going to just stay in that stagnated, unhealed mode. So when you're healing, you have to go within your mind. We talk a lot about that. You have to go within your mind, your mindset, your beliefs, what you're thinking. Ask yourself, where did it come from? Like a lot of times we pick stuff up and we don't even know why we're doing it. Even as far as down to cooking, some of the things I do when I'm cooking, and I would stop in the middle of it and ask myself, like, why do y'all put butter in that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Saw my mother do it. Never asked her why. This in recipe needs butter. But this is what I was just taught, was to put butter in this. Never question why.
Oh, questions are so important.
Questions are big.
Questions is something you should be doing every
Questions
day.
are
I got a
big.
question about this. I got a question about that. Questions are so important.
Yes.
It is so important to the healing journey. Because if you're like lost about where do I even begin, your emotions are a clear indication of what's going wrong. Constantly check in with myself. Emotions are such a big clue as to what needs to be healed and what needs to be done. Because if you're feeling frustrated or confused, or if someone says something to you that you don't like and you just lash out, it's important to ask, well, why did I do that? Why did that person upset me by saying this? Why does this certain word upset me? Why do I feel confused? Or why do I wake up feeling frustrated? Or why when I step into this energy field, I feel this way? You ask those important questions, and that's a clear indication of what needs to be healed up. It's like indicators, like on a dashboard, like your body is your vehicle and your emotions are the indications of what needs to be healed or what's wrong inside of me. So if you're feeling sadness, frustration, anger, anything, that's a clear indication of something that needs to be healed. Because we're meant to feel joyful.
Yes, we
and
are.
Love and high vibration.
Yes, we are.
So, feeling sad and down is a clear indication that something needs to be worked on.
Yes. It is calling your attention.
Yes, it's calling for your attention.
It is calling for your attention. And even if you can understand the concept of mirrors, these same experiences that come up in your life or these same type of people that come up in your life, it's reflecting back to you something within yourself that is requiring your attention, that needs to be healed. And even though the process of healing can get pretty ugly, when you're on the other side of it, it's so beautiful. It's so liberating. It's so freeing. Like,
And the same thing that once bothered you does not bother you anymore.
exactly.
It doesn't even exist. Like sometimes we go outside and we're walking and we don't notice the grass or we don't notice the trees or anything like that. But the thing is because you're not focused on that. So when you're focused on like your anger and your frustration and sadness, you don't even get to see all the beautiful things that's
Yes.
out there for you. You're not even open to it. You're not even aware of it. That's what healing is like. Healing is like walking out of a dark cave and going into like a beautiful valley. And so now you're open to seeing the beautiful things and you're open to experiencing what life has really that's meant for you because it's surely not where you are. Pain and frustration is only meant to be healed from.
Exactly. It's teachers.
Absolutely.
They're teachers.
We all are.
Yes, we are. Every person in your life is a teacher
Yes.
to you for something about yourself that needs to be healed, that needs to be let go of, that needs to be transformed. And if you could view it through that perception, instead of this person is here to hurt me or harm me or, whatever the case may be, and look at it as though you're a teacher. This person is a teacher, children, spouses, family members, friends, co-workers, whatever. Any person that's coming into your life that you feel like is causing some type of friction, that's causing you to feel these type of, angry or frustration or irritating or, just in that mindset of like, I don't understand what this is going on. I don't understand what this person's problem is. It's for you.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is for you. They're reflecting something to you that needs your attention within yourself.
Yeah.
So,
and it gives you back your power when you look at it from that aspect. I know I've dealt with people that's really rubs me the wrong way. I don't like them. For some reason, they make me feel some type of way. And then you realize, it's like, well, what is it inside of me? What is it that this person is doing that triggers this emotion inside of me? Why am I changed when I come into conflict with this person? Why am I constantly going through the same thing with the same person? Why, when I come in contact with this person, I feel frustration or, I get an attitude and it's something for me to work on. So then, I ask myself a few questions like, what is it about this person that I don't like? What is it about them? Who does she remind me of? She reminds me of my mother. She has a smart mouth and I don't like that about her. And I'm changed because of her. She's being who she is and doing her own thing. But because she came to me with her, her energy, now I'm changed and I'm on her level. And it changes you. But the key is when you know you're healed is when you're dealing with the same person and you are unbothered. And what they're doing does not faze you anymore. You understand that this person is here to be who they are, and I'm here to learn from this person and take what I can take from this person. And I don't view her as I used to view her anymore. She's on her level of consciousness, and I'm on my level of consciousness. And it's no need for me to change who I am or what I'm feeling, my current state of being because of someone else.
Yes, that is so true. And so when you go through that process and you look at it from that viewpoint and those type of people experiences come into your life and you're like, you don't have the same response to them. You don't react the same. Like you just have a totally new awareness, a totally new perception around it.
Yep.
And you realize within yourself, like, this doesn't bother me like it used to.
Yeah.
And I remember before this, I may have lashed out or, I would have just, went back and forth with this person or, it just falls away. Even if physically it doesn't fall away, mentally, energetically, it falls away. You feel
it doesn't
lighter.
affect you.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect you. And you feel so much lighter. You feel so much more at peace. It's like you could look at stuff and just laugh at it. Like, how did I used to let that vex me so much?
Yeah.
How did I used to let that upset me so much? So it's important.
Yeah.
And another big importance of healing is remaining open-minded. Healing does not take place in a closed mind. And you have to be able to accept some really harsh things about yourself and look at some really harsh things about yourself that you may not have wanted to. But it's important and it's imperative to remove these blocks energetically so that you can move forward with your life, whether, you're pursuing your purpose, a job, a specific career you want to be in, whether that you're looking for love in a certain type of relationship and you're not experiencing that and that's not being attracted to you. You got to remove those blocks. You got to remove those templates. And we all have them. We all have them. So for any person that says, oh, I don't need no healing, or, I'm good just the way I am, ain't nothing wrong with me. Not true. We all got something that needs to go.
Absolutely.
So that is our main mission and purpose. And what we are doing is all about the self. Going within. Clearing up emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Any blocks, any templates, anything within yourself that you need healed. You may just want to experience more peace. You may be like, I'm just tired of being tired. I'm just tired of everything having a negative effect on me. I'm just tired of not having inner peace. So the number one reason you're not having inner peace is because you're letting your outside circumstances affect you. And how do you stop that? It's by going within. It's by going within. You can have two people in the same crisis situation, and the other person is going through it with ease, and the other person is having a mental breakdown. Nothing outside the physical is different. It's what is within. So that's always the first place to start. So
that's how cycles begin.
Exactly.
Get that healing.
Get that healing.
I'm telling you, experience something new and beautiful each and every time you come out of it.
You do.
Get that healing.
You really can.
That's the key to being unbothered. A lot of people say, unbothered. Then either you got some healing and some healing been taking place, or you're just saying that as a cover up for being really bothered.
For being really bothered.
But that's exactly how you get to it. The healing has to take place.
The healing
we
takes
experience
place
every day, all day. And if
bothered.
you get bothered. So, get that healing. Go deep within. If you need help, we can help you with that. But you have to be open to the process and you have to go internal. I promise you that it's not anything outside of yourself that's going to get you to that place. You have to go within and you have to be open to all the ugliness that's going to come out. And I promise you, on the other side, it does get beautiful. If people tell you that, you can't experience beautiful things and you can't, and I'm not talking about physical material things.
Exactly.
Because you still may have your same surroundings, but you will still be able to be peace. You will still be at bliss. You still will experience joy. You still will be unbothered internally, even in the midst of chaos. Trust me, I do it every day, all day. You can still be peaceful and still have a harmonious life, even in the midst of chaos.
Yeah. And people don't understand that.
And it takes work. It does. It takes a lot of practice to get that muscle going, to still have peace in the midst of chaos.
It's a spiritual muscle. It's a mental muscle, no different from a physical muscle. You go to the gym and you work out to get physically strong. You have to do the same thing to get mentally and spiritually strong.
Yeah.
And people really don't get that because they're so attached to materialism and superficial things that they're so quick to look at your physical life and say, well, this person got this and that going on. They going through, how they still so happy? How they still so peaceful? How they still out here just having a good time and enjoying life? Because we've done our inner work. We don't let the surroundings affect us in a negative way anymore. And that's why it's so important.
Yeah,
that's so important. So when life throw those hurdles at you or those difficult people come into your life,
do that healing work, do that self work, do that inner work.
Yes.
Trust me.
Yes.
Talk to yourself. Spend some time with yourself. Ask important questions.
Yes.
Journal. I'm telling you.
Yes.
All the answers that you have are already inside. All the healing that needs to be done and needs to take place, you can do it yourself.
Yes.
Or you can get some assistance.
You don't have to go on the journey alone. You can get some trusted assistance, some trusted advisors,
support.
teachers, coaches, healers to be there with you every step of the way. Because, like I said, it can get frightening. It can get frightening. It can get ugly. So, you know, you don't have to go it alone. We're here. There's tons of people here that will go through the process and be there with you every step of the way to help clear up whatever it is in your life that you feel like you want to rid yourself of internally, to experience outwardly more joy, more peace, more love, more abundance, all those good things.
All those good things.
So, you know where to find us. You got anything else you want to?
Nope.
Okay. You know where to find us. Facebook at Soulful Sisters Speak. Instagram, soulfulsister_speak. And our website, soulfulsisterspeak.weebly.com. Y'all have a good day.